Hello, I'm Raji. I'm going to do a basic handstand tutorial. Some of you may have seen my little arm balance tutorial that I did recently. And I'll just say, arm balances are actually harder than handstands. Mainly because your arms are bent or the way your body is positioned. In a full handstand, it's really just everything's lined up. Arms are lined up, torso is lined up, and it's much easier to hold the position. It's really just a matter of walking out and stabilizing. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy. So you have, muscles involved here, muscles in your forearms, muscles to tricep. It's a tricep press or engagement that holds your elbow straight, deltoid, which holds your shoulder in the right flexed position, and then of course stabilizing through your core through, all the way down through, and then of course up above in your legs. You don't want to be floppy really anywhere, but that does happen in the beginning. So you want to learn to stabilize, especially, so I think of it as the wrist, elbow, shoulder is your first goal to get these actions working. And that's where downward dog, of course, is a real key first stage. So you press into the knuckles. You get that action of into your forearms here. Okay, so, and then elbows, really hug in and keep them straight. So do your downward dog and feel those actions. I'm going right up towards the wall because we're going to go stepping up on the wall, but I want you to really feel these actions. Press the knuckles, elbows hug in, and then of course this pattern of really lengthening from the wrists back to your hips. You got to get into that full flexed shoulder position, not like this, and not elbows out. Elbows in, extended, fully flexed, and we're basically going to learn to lock that. Okay, so try it again and just lock it. And then, so now what we're going to do is you want to be a leg's length away from the wall. So I'm just going to turn around and measure the leg's length. And so right where my foot is here, that's where my hands are going to be. So you can do the same thing. Put your hands shoulder width, okay, and go that same pattern of really set the hands, elbows hug in, spin the biceps forward. I want external rotation with the elbows hugging in, and then find your line and just fully engage through that line. Now step your feet up to hip level, right? So you're doing a wall square, like a wall downward dog. Lock those elbows in. Now from here, if you're comfortable doing this, you just take one leg straight up. Flex the foot up there and look for it. Look for your toes. And then switch. Take the other leg up. Flex the foot, look for your toes. Okay? And then step back down. Now if you made that and you were able to keep that nice line, then the next part is actually easy. Easier. I shouldn't say easy for any of this, but so this one, now you have to really make sure you're keeping this 1, 2, 3. Well, really, it's elbows straight, shoulders stabilized, and core stabilized in this line, right? Don't let it go boop. The tendency is going to be elbows will bend, shoulders will extend, and the back will go into a back bend. But try to keep all those from happening. Actually, let me just show you before I do the kick up to the wall. I'll show you sideways. So basically, let's say I'm going for downward dog and notice I have that line from the wrist to the hips. Now, what tends to happen is the moment someone sets up for their handstand kick up, the elbows start bending, they start rounding their spine, and they drop into their shoulders in the wrong direction, and then they kick and they go into like a back bend like this. Boo! That's not what you want. You want to have a line that's straight from the elbow, through the elbows, through the shoulders, back to the hips, and even back through the leg behind you, right? So you can see, I'm going to try to keep this line. Okay, so just spring off the bottom leg and that top leg. Even if it's swinging a little bit, I'm going to try to keep this line. There, did it work? So that's what you want to do when you kick up to the wall. Set it up, get your line straight. Now you're going to spring off the bottom leg, swing with the back leg, but keep your line, right? So you go, whoa. See, that top leg is still straight. I'm walking up, and now you're not going to do exactly what I just did. It's a little tricky, but you're trying to line everything up. I'm cheating a little bit because I can touch the ceiling with the balls of my feet. But you see how I'm trying to like lock in the line, right? I'll do it on the way down. Straight. And there you have it. Here's the beginning of learning to do your handstand. Thank you so much. Namaste.